Do not attack /raid /docs1 /CTA members. Oh great, I'm animated. God damn it, now I have to put more effort into making videos. This video is sponsored by no one. A long time ago, I played a lot of this game called The Escapist 2. Now, I used to play with this YouTube/streamer called GOLAITH.
Mount Complexity is a really great map. It looks like it, and this is done by our very own Calplus. He has made several maps, and he's active on my Discord as well.
One day, I was scrolling down in the video description when I saw a link to join something called a Discord server. Now back then I have heard of Discord but never had a reason to join until now, so I joined it. Well, seeing I was a rather so-called popular figure in the Escapist 2 community, as I was a semi-popular map maker back then, I figured it was best to interact with a community of gamers about a certain game that I liked. A few days later, I decided to create a Discord server. Back then, I also played this game called Clash of Clans, and I was a leader in that team. So I figured, why not create a server of my own so that I could communicate with others, with the additional benefit of being able to keep everything under my control. So out comes this new server called Calplus Official / Nightmare Kingdom. Honestly, I didn't do much with the server. It was mostly made for fun and I didn't expect much out of it. After a while, however, I played Clash of Clans less and I have few reason to keep the Discord server constantly updated. Therefore, the server lay abandoned for quite some time and old chats were deleted. And also I had to reorganize the server. But that wasn't the end of the server. I thought that, well, I had all these infrastructure up in place, I might as well do something with them. So sometime later I started using them for personal things. That's when I did something called YouTube. Back then, YouTube was, and still is, my hobby. I mean, I'm not making any money off of it in the first place, but I decided to dedicate the Discord server to my YouTube channel because why not? So out goes Calplus Official / Nightmare Kingdom. It was now renamed Calplus Official, but even though the server didn't really have much activity, I decided to keep it constantly updated. Maybe I'll use it again one day, but it was just wishful thinking, but it was definitely possible. Fast forward to August 2022, there was this game called, I don't know, Bloons TD6. It's a relatively popular game. I played a lot of it back then, and so did lots of people, and I made YouTube videos about it. Primarily, the race videos. But in that month, an update dropped. Oh my god, it's contested territory. Create a team of 15 people and race to the top of the leaderboards. Now that sounds like my thing, so I revived the Nightmare Kingdom brand and created Nightmare Kingdom Loontonium, and I revived the Discord server because there is no goddamn chat in contested territory. So anyway, we needed a way to communicate with each other, so I revived the Discord server. It now actually had a use. I kept it constantly updated. For instance, just 1 week prior, I have updated the server. Let's see one of those changes, shall we? Let's see. Aha! All bots are no longer granted administrator privileges, however, they will still be granted all other permissions. This is to ensure that bots do not interfere with private chats where classified information is held. See, I was making great changes to the server, and with that, I advertised more people to try and join the Discord server. So, of course, more people did join the server, like this guy, Nate Trender. Not in the Nightmare Kingdom team, but still, it's neat to see more people joining the community.
Can I join your CT server, but not your team?
The server is not just for contested territory, so sure I guess.
Oh, okay, thanks. Holy crap, so many words in the welcome notes channel. Ha 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 ha.
In the meantime, however, I had more pressing issues to deal with in contested territory back in Bloons TD6. I wanted our team to shine on the leaderboard, like 1L Pro, the #1 team for 3 seasons in a row. How did they do it? That's a story for another time. And this other team called Cheesing the Algorithm, also known as CTA, the #2 team in the last contested territory that for some reason hasn't made their reappearance since. We were struggling with the top 100 spots, especially since our opponent kicked us off our opportunity to gain the top 25 spot, so we were taking revenge and taking it hard. And then this happened. It was day 5 of the 5th contested territory. We were dominating the board, but we had to deal with the nuisance that the enemy team puts up with. But never mind them, sports.
And scoop! Oh, wow, sports.
Specifically running. It was in the morning, so I decided to go out for a run with a few of my friends. I only had my phone with me. I didn't have a laptop. I mean, why would I have a laptop while I was running? So anyway, I went for 4 kilometers, and yeah, it took me half an hour, I know. I'm not exactly the fittest guy around, but that's not the point. After that exhausting run, I decided to catch a break. I was refilling my water, preparing for my cooldown exercise when I saw a Discord notification. And another. And another. I was getting notifications every 3 seconds, so what was going on? So I quickly logged into Discord, thinking that maybe some people from Nightmare Kingdom had some important things to tell me, but no! I logged into Discord, and I discovered a bunch of people spam pinging me in Discord, in the public chat, in my server.
Hello, I need help with my calculus homework.
So let's recap. I just finished my run, and I'm still in the middle of my exercise. I see that a bunch of people decide to raid my Discord server for no apparent reason, destroying all the hard work I put into building the Discord server over the past few years, and I was planning to help my team out with contested territory later that day once I finished with my exercise. Could you imagine the anger I felt when I first saw this? My blood was boiling. But there's nothing I could do about it. I had to finish my exercise. So I did. I panicked for the first minute. What was I supposed to do? I had never experienced a server raid before, let alone on my own server. What was I supposed to do? Then I was on a rampage. I tried using the Chaos lockdown command, but it didn't work, because I didn't grant it enough privilege. Oops. Then I had to manually turn off permission to chat in general. That should do it. 5 seconds later, I'm still getting pings from another channel, video suggestions. Now, I was tired, so I decided to nuke the server permissions. I turned on the ability for anyone to chat, and I turned off permissions for anyone to chat in video suggestions. But that didn't work because muted people could still chat.
Verify there's a loophole where we can pin you all 3 times and it won't count as spam pinging. Verify there's a loophole where we can pin you all 3 times and it won't count as spam pinging.
Oh god damn it, shut up, shut up! Screw it, time to prevent anyone from even seeing the channel. Silence. Then silence for another 3 minutes. Job well done. I can now breathe a sigh of relief. Or is it? Because I still have to deal with the perpetrators and, oh, they all left the server. Now, I had to figure out how to ban them. It took me 3 minutes to figure and I banned them. All of them. Everyone who joined the Discord server today got banned. Then I had to sit down and calm myself for the next 10 minutes, trying not to panic, worrying that something else might happen. Okay, so the server has calmed down, but I still need to figure out how this thing happened in the first place. And as the owner of the server, it is my duty to keep everyone updated as soon as possible as to why the server was in complete chaos and lockdown. So I did a quick glance through all the messages and... oh, it's a bunch of messages telling people to join 1L Pro. Okay, I told myself, I think I figured out what happened. At everyone, I want to clear up what happened. 1L Pro members decided to raid the server. Now from what I heard, some of these members aren't from 1L Pro, but these are the things that I know. 1. Most of them chose to join the server to spam /like/star comments which go on Starboard. 2. They are spamming advertising messages for people to join Juan. And 3. They are abusing bugs in the server that I haven't fixed. Now some of you might be wondering why my response was slow. 3 reasons. 1. This is the first time this has ever happened, along with the first time lockdown was used and I am inexperienced with the process. 2. When the server raid started, I was in the middle of a workout. I was unable to do anything at that time. And finally, I was on mobile, meaning everything will be much slower on desktop where I can easily right click and ban. To everyone impacted by this, I am very sorry. We don't condone this kind of behavior. We want all members to be respectful to one another, whether you're from Nightmare Kingdom or Juan, but if you have no common sense and respect for members anywhere, whether from the server or outside, you're not welcome here. Going forward, I will do the following. 1. Everyone involved in the raid, participating or not, will be sent to Discord's Trust and Safety and Ninja Kiwi support for them to handle. 2. The server invite link will still be up. 3. The server will be on lockdown until further notice. This means that @verified cannot use channel, video suggestions, or suggestion help or any other channels. 4. I'll fix some bugs in the server. 5. I will undo all the damage they have done. 6. All Nightmare Kingdom Plutonium members will now have permission to chat in light of @verified being unable to chat. And finally, I'm not going to delete any of the messages. I need to investigate this further, along with Discord. Again, I'm sorry for the pain that this caused some of you. I'll try my best to ensure this doesn't happen again. Jesus Christ, why did I read it in that tone? I also don't know why. Now, I posted that message to my Discord server, but I also decided to post that message to my YouTube community page as well to, keep everyone updated. I decided to do a full-on investigation myself later once I calmed down and finished using my contested territory tickets because that was more important. But, of course, I couldn't catch a break, can I? Now, there is something that I neglected to mention earlier. During the raid, I got a message from someone. And this guy, well, let's see what this guy have to say.
Sorry about all this, those rowdy WAN boys are out of control.
Who are you?
Someone from WAN.
Why are you guys doing this?
Just talking about your server. Something like this, I think.
If 2 teams making 15 alt accounts, one being the third team of WAN, top 1 team who are obviously queuing with alt teams or they wouldn't have so many points again, and the other one already having done that last event as allowed, you can just close contested territory forever, to be frank. If we did queue with alt teams, we wouldn't have problems with other teams just annoying our tiles.
Also, because the rules are long, I guess. These are the 2 things they're saying, I guess. All of a sudden people realized that you fan ping just about any role.
Oh my god, he isn't even part of our team, he's part of win trading.
Yeah, I am pretty sure there's not a lot of reason behind it.
Would be nice to get them to stop raiding the server.
Lol, I couldn't if I tried. You're the one who has the power. Anyway, you should probably lock down literally every channel.
I'm trying, but I'm in the middle of a workout.
Youch. Yeah, sorry about the raid thing.
Serious question, what the hell is wrong with everyone else on your team?
IDK. I guess they found it funny. A server with decently long and strict rules that they could very easily subvert to cause some mischief. A lot of similar stuff happens in Ninja Kiwi Discord, or at least people try.
What? This was commonplace? Are you serious? But, regardless, that was the end of the conversation, so I decided to move on. So I reopened Bloons TD6 when I got a long message from someone else.
Hi, I just want to clear up some stuff. 1. I got dragged into this mess that occurred. 2. I do not know why those members decided to raid. 3. I only joined because someone wanted me to start a suggestion someone made, and 4. Some of those members in the raid are not part of WAN. I am no way involved in what happened. If there is anything you want to ask me, then go ahead.
I need to know, how did it start? Are you able to send a screenshot of the chat messages, because I need to figure out what happened to prevent this from happening again.
I was told it started because of late trender looking at your server rules and inviting everyone else to read the long list of rules you had. I ended up joining because of another user asking people to join your server and upvote, or rather star, a suggestion someone made in your server. And it cascaded from there when other users started joining and trolling. Some were WAN members, some were from other contested territory guilds.
Okay, but which server did this originate from?
Give me a moment. Cheesing the algorithm. Though there could have been more servers it originated from. I dunno. But the suggestion message was from cheesing.
But other than Juan and cheesing, were there any other server members that you recognize, like from different teams?
Wait, I just been told it was from one server. Oh. Give me a moment. Okay, cheesing just told me it wasn't them. They had no intent to raid. It was solely one server that started it.
Okay. But surely not all are WAN members.
Well, one. I don't remember the username. Just to back the proof. It was one first, but we sent the invite with no intent of raiding.
Well, I banned about 30 members, so I don't know. Okay, fair enough, but do you recognize anyone else from other teams?
No.
Alright, you've been a huge help. Thanks. If you have any more info, can you pass it on to me? Thanks.
Alright. Are you able to unban me from the server?
Well, you've been a huge help, so fine.
Thanks. Also, you did a good video on the mini luck race.
Thanks. I've unbanned you.
Alright. Other stuff.
Okay, you know what? Tell them, 1, they are more than welcome to message me, and 2, as long as they join the server, they are responsible for their actions. I don't care, it's still a server raid.
Alright. I told them. They seem to be okay, I think.
Alright. Noted.
Are you already reporting people to Discord?
They are more than welcome to guess.
Oh, rejoined the server. Looking at the entire ban list. Also, rest in peace, Starboard. Late Trender wanted to send a message. From Late Trender. It was partially my fault because I sent
the invite link to WAN server when the win trading guy in your server was making false accusations about them, and so some of WAN joined to argue against the win trading guy. And then some people noticed how long the rules channel was, so they shared the invite link in another server, which attracted a guy that figured out they could ping at everyone basically. After the first ping, more members joined in on the spam pinging, and it got out of control after that, and people were starring a lot of messages to get it on #Starbird, or whatever the channel was called, and I joined in on the mass starring event. So sorry for the mess. You didn't deserve it at all.
Noted.
Was I already reported to Discord, or you almost reported me? Because that is what worried me, because I really don't want to end up banned off the platform.
I won't answer that. This is my response. Same goes for everyone else involved in the raid. This was entirely your fault. You started the server raid, you encouraged others to participate, you have irritated everyone else in the server. The server is meant to be a peaceful server with people who respect each other. You failed to do so. Whether you like it or not,
You're a bully.
encouraging others to bully a group of people. You have no respect for anyone in the server. You are not welcome back to this community ever again. Do not contact me anymore. Blocked.
I'll send it over. To be honest, I thought it was going to be a peaceful visit. And then everything went from 0 to 100 quickly.
Peaceful? You mean reacting to all the server messages with stars? By trolling everyone in the servers? By inviting more people to spam the chats? Is that what he meant by peaceful?
I have zero clue. For my end by peaceful, I would say just abiding to server rules and not being a jerk. I dunno what they were thinking. You can either ask him or something, but I don't even know. People have different interpretations of how they behave in servers. Some may be trolls, some will just abide by the rules. You can't always predict who is who.
Yeah, hence why the rules exist. I don't want to know what he was thinking, I don't care.
I see. Next time I'm just going to try and avoid getting myself into this whole situation again.
That would be appreciated.
It's already racking my head since it started. I keep worrying about what Discord will do if I was reported. So, some developments. Most members have said that they were only in the server to see LYCH's comment about the server rules being long and suggesting that the rules be shortened to be readable. The origin of the raid came from a screenshot of a message from your server, specifically. After that message, Late Trender sent the invite to your server in WAN, and that is how it started. Image in question. That image was shown in WAN, which Late Trender gave the invite to your server, and that is how all of it started. IDK how it spread to CTA, but someone got the invite link likely. In short, WAN post message led to Late Trender shows screenshot of image to WAN server, leading to Late Trender giving an invite link to your server, causing people to join and see that message, and that's how it all started.
I'm going to clarify two things. 1. There's a reason for the long server rules. I had an argument with someone else in another server over them breaking a server law when they argued that they weren't because it was open for interpretation. I decided not to, have short server rules like every other server because I want the server rules to be clear and understood for all. If you actually read the rules, it also outlines the consequences for failure to adhere to these rules and specifies what exactly counts as an infraction. It's long because I go into detail for every rule because I want to be fair to everyone. The channel is called server laws and not server rules for a reason. And 2, they could have just screenshot the long rules and laugh about it in their server, I don't care. They could also ask me about why the server laws are so long, I don't mind. But you can't just send a bunch of people into my server and disturb the peace because you want to laugh and mock the server. That's the reason as to why I do everything.
I see. That's okay. Honestly, I understand why the long rules. Sometimes there can be blind spots in the rules, so I can see why. Second, I get your point. Either way, CTA and WAN are both at fault. I didn't have much information before. I guess I can see that both had some responsibility. GOLAITH, well, obviously responsible for the constant pings. I got overwhelmed on my end cause of the questions. I tried my best with whatever knowledge I had. I didn't have knowledge of what was going on, nor did I understand anything that was happening.
Who is GOLAITH? I've never heard of them before.
Anna74, aka the one who pinged you so many times in your server.
Are they part of WAN or CTA?
They are in CTA.
Okay, noted. I suggest you not get overwhelmed by this issue. What has happened, happened. We shall just see what happens.
Alright. Unrelated note. I got banned from CT Hub. LMAO.
For what?
IDK. Likely cause WAN hates me for what happened earlier with all this raid stuff and because of my earlier responses to you about what happened.
Do you have the Discord link to CT Hub?
Let me check. I don't have one.
Let me know if you find it. By this point, I was pretty mad at what happened. It seems to be a huge miscarriage of justice. So I was thinking of hopping on to CT Hub to yell at whoever, kicked this guy out. But I've decided to, just calm down a little bit, wait a while and let this play out for a while so that I can get the full picture before I go ahead and yell at anyone else, because the damage is already so big and I don't want to add on to any more potential damage I could cause. But that didn't give me the full answer. Never mind, I told myself I can find out for myself later. Well, if you thought that message was long, wait until you see this. So I got another message from another person. Someone called Reg, and as far as I know, this is the correct answer as to what actually happened in my server, and my later investigation into the messages backed this story up. So, let's see what he has to say.
Hello, I joined your server about 5 to 6 hours ago when LYCH Trender posted the invite to it in the WAN server and saw everything that happened afterwards and want to apologize on behalf of WAN for all the trolling that happened and clear up a lot of things about it, as I witnessed more than most people and know more details about everything that happened, especially being a member of both servers that people joined from. I know Furyblade has also messaged you about this as he was also in the server at one point. Most of the members who joined and took part in the trolling were from either WAN or cheesing the algorithm. The server LYCH Trender is most active in and also the CT team he leads. I myself was a member of the WAN L Pro team for the first 4 events, hence why I received the invite. LYCH Trender initially joined as part of his mission to join as many CT servers as possible, also the reason he is in WAN server, and while he was there, he encountered a member of the team Win Trading, only other team to get a global first place in CT, who said some things about WAN that are shown in the image attached. LYCH Trender then sent this image to WAN server and asked us how we felt about that, and said the message was from your server, proceeding to post an invite to this. Most of us at that point recognized you as a YouTuber who posts an easy-to-follow guide with live commentary to every race early on in the event. This prompted a lot of members in the WAN server who were online at the time to join the server. Originally, I suppose we just wanted to see Felicia's message, but I'm not very sure of the early stages as I didn't join until about half an hour later when my team was already arguing back at Felicia. When I first joined, I only paid attention to the length of the rules and welcome message constitution and was somewhat amused by how much there was to read. I left shortly after, seeing nothing much to do there, until someone in our server sent a link to a message and I had to rejoin to see what the message was, and it was a complaint about the length of the rules. I then showed a couple of people the length of the rules because I found the length of it to be unique to other servers, and soon people in CTA decided to get the link and join the server, and once they joined and saw WAN members there, one of the members, known as Gilad, his username is Anna74, decided to start trolling. Before Gilad joined, no one had any intention of raiding, of course, although that of course doesn't void us from any responsibilities for what happened since we still joined. However, after Gilad joined, he started mass pinging people and found loopholes to the mass pinging rule as it required 4 pings to constitute a violation, as well as the fact that the mute didn't apply to a specific channel in the server. Gilad wasn't the only one who started mass pinging, as a few other WAN members and CTA members decided to join in on the trolling, but he probably constituted about 90% of all the ping messages, although by that point it was clear it wasn't simple light trolling but a full-on raid, and not even at Felicia but at the server and at you. Some people in WAN server even asked LYCH Trender to resend the invite so they could join because they didn't want to scroll up to find the link. They also mass pinged a lot of roles and the everyone ping, and as a result a few of us even faced crashes with the Discord app from receiving over 100 pings in a minute. I tried to tell Gilad that wasn't the point of joining the server, as did maybe 2 other people, but it got drowned out quickly by all the spam, and I also contemplated leaving immediately, but I decided to stay and see what more would happen first. Pretty soon you came online and locked the general channel, and we decided to all get in VC to tell everyone to get out immediately. Character limit reached, so we'll continue the rest in more messages. By the way, sorry this is so long, but I want to be as detailed as possible since I have access to more information on what happened than Furyblade does. Anyway, when we left, we knew we had f***ed up and that once Gilad joined the server the damage was completely done. While I didn't do any pinging or spamming myself, unless you count adding a star reaction to messages that had already been starred by everyone else on the team, I felt like a complete bystander for not saying anything or telling people to stop when they joined in on the trolling, and also felt really bad for simply being a part of this at all. Obviously the damage could have been controlled a lot if we had thought for a bit and realized, why is everyone on my team being such an idiot? We should tell them to stop being idiots, so I figured afterwards that you deserved an apology and to know the full story. The rest of WAN is discussing the idea of also apologizing to you as a team, but I want to apologize to you anyway for my part in this raid, whether the rest of the team ends up also doing so or not, as I feel like I should have done more on my part to prevent this from turning into such a massive raid and recognize WAN members and CTA members misbehaving and potentially violating Discord terms of service. However, I completely understand that none of what anybody did was okay, and that more should have been done to prevent such behavior.
By the way, do you know who Veg is?
One of the users who gave me the image of how this all started. And other evidence.
I appreciate the clarification, but I need to know who exactly is Gilad? Which team is he a part of?
Gilad is Anna74. I did include that in the message because I figured you wouldn't recognize him by that name. He got the link from CTA, not WAN, and there were about the same number of people from both teams who actively participated in the trolling / spamming / pinging. But he definitely was sending them at a much higher rate than everyone else combined. The rest were trying to mess with the 4 pings rule loophole because your rules also included something about notifying you about loopholes.
Okay, I'll think on it. Thank you for being upfront and telling me everything about what happened.
The channel it happened in also happened to not do anything if you actually went over 4 pings. No problem. Thank you for reading all of this and understanding what happened as well.
So, I had the full story now, but now I had to deal with the fallout of this situation. So first, I got a message on my YouTube post about this guy called Smart Person. Now, Smart Person is the leader of One Health Pro, so naturally, I decided to see what he has to say.
Calling it a 1L Pro raid when the majority of members involved were from CTA, Gilad was from CTA, and 100% of the invites came from CTA, just because there were a few members invited from WAN, by someone who was on CTA. Incredible.
Yeah, what I've done again. And I called
Smart Person.
a clod right to her face. I called
Smart Person.
a clod right to her face.
At the time of the post, it was based on a preliminary investigation. I have a better picture now, but not the full story. I apologize for putting 100% of the blame on your team. I hope that we can maintain peace despite this situation.
I've been a bit aggro, sorry. We do take responsibility for the members of WAN that did join and sorry about that, but I felt that blaming the entire team was unfair when 62 out of 70 people in the WAN server declined LYCH Trender's invite and told all the raiders that the idea was stupid.
And he also asked me on Discord for a favor.
Hey, can I join the server? Not to talk about the raiding incident, but to talk about the false accusations that WIN trading members are making about WAN queuing into alt teams. I feel like that needs addressing.
Okay, that is settled. Now let's update everyone else about the current situation. At everyone, okay, no, I'm not going to use that tone anymore. Okay everyone, this is what I gathered thus far. First, this attack was perpetrated by both 1L Pro and Chasing the Algorithm, aka CTA, who is the global number 2 last CT members, and both are the top 2 Bloons TD6 teams. Now LYCH Trender is the leader of CTA, which I was unaware of, but this changes nothing. So, LYCH Trender started this by sending a screenshot of Felicia's message attached below, and he invited both Quan and CTA members to join the server to see the message and tell her how they feel. This is a very vast summarization, the story is way longer. GOLAITH, aka Anna74, who is a member of CTA, noticed the long server rules and spam stars which go on starboard, and that is also when they abuse the server bugs and exploited auto-moderator aka Carl and Dino's actions, which prevents them from getting an auto-mute. And the pings was when I first realized that the raid was going on and took action. See previous Discord message. Now I would like to thank Fury Blade and Reg, who are former and current Juan members, for helping me uncover this whole mess and personally apologizing to me, and in effect this entire server. I would also like to thank Gran, who is a current Juan member, and Barbitos from Juanel Barbitos for personally apologizing. I also want to take this time to clarify two things, and well, both of these things I already mentioned earlier, you guys can read on your own if you want to read it again, but besides that, as for both Juan and CTA, now, Juan members will be unbanned and allowed back into the server on a case-by-case basis, provided that they were only a spectator and personally apologize. Whereas CTA members are permanently banned. No reversal of this decision is possible, especially when their leader condones this action, refuses to apologize, and even defended themselves. Now, I urge you to do two things. 1. Do not discuss the server raid outside the server unless you're personally involved, and I have yet to gather the full story and determine whether the above is the truth. You will be punished by Law 3.15 if you discuss this externally. 2. Do not attack /raid /dox Juan /CTA members. They are in the wrong, yes, but we're not like them. We are a peaceful server full of peaceful people. Let's keep that peace. I'll ban people who tries to dox either team members. And of course that message was posted to YouTube too. Now, of course, not everyone who joined the server had malicious intent, so a few of them did come up and apologize, and I feel that it will be a disservice to not acknowledge them properly, so I will. But please, I want to remind you, please don't go after them.
Hello, I want to apologize for what we, including myself, did to your server yesterday. You guys definitely didn't do anything to deserve it. That being said, we, Juan, weren't exactly the main offenders either, but we do take our fair share of the responsibility because once other people started spam pinging, we joined in. Also know that we're not bad people, we just get easily carried away when we see others trolling. You can rest assured it won't happen from us again. And if you don't mind, I also kinda want an explanation on the rules because it definitely seems a bit excessive to a new member lol.
Hey, I just wanted to apologize about the raiding incident. It was very dumb and had no reason to happen. The original reason why most people joined the server is that some random person in your Discord server, not even your CT team as far as I know, said dumb stuff about Juan, so we joined to talk with them and show them how wrong they are. But then it shifted very fast from that to starring one message that joked about how long the rules are and then spam starring and then spam pinging, which was absolutely going too far. While I should have realized how wrong this was as soon as it stopped being light trolling and started being outright raiding, I didn't and just had fun with the people who did the spam pinging, which I absolutely shouldn't have. All I can say is I'm sorry for all the situation and for somehow not thinking, okay, this is wrong, I'll tell people to stop, when it happens, and nothing even close to that will happen again from WAN members, but I know saying that doesn't magically undo the consequences of our actions. I hope you'll be able to fix the consequences of the raid soon. I hope you have a good life.
Thanks for being upfront and brave enough to apologize. I hope it doesn't happen again. Well, I've banned you from the server, seeing that you weren't an actual participant of the raid.
Thank you for being comprehensive. You seem to be a very cool person IRL too. Also, on an unrelated note, I see you watch Steven Universe. If you haven't already, I'll suggest you to watch Amphibia and the Owl House too.
I do actually. Hootie is best character.
Hey Calplus. I want to apologize for raiding / contributing to the spam pinging in your server. I am sorry for raiding / starting / spamming your server, and also pinging you. I didn't contribute very much to the raid, but I still pinged you 3 times and starred messages to Starboard. This still added fuel to the raid, and was obviously stupid of me to join. I am currently not banned from the server as I left when you came online. But I would be fine if I got banned. This raid, although WAN was a minority, was still a stupid decision, and I, and the entire WAN group, should have chatted normally instead of spamming stars and pings. I also confirm that your story in hash announcements, someone sent it to WAN, is accurate, although Anna/Gilad did get muted, just that hash video suggestions allowed even muted members to speak. I also want to say not only Anna/Gilad spammed stars, but so did a majority of people involved in the raid. Obviously this doesn't excuse Anna/Gilad starring and spamming pings. Again, I am sorry for raiding / starring / spamming the server, and I hope you wouldn't have to handle another raid again, and that you would be able to handle this one too.
And then this happened.
Hello, I am Late Trender's friend and he tried to contact you but he is blocked. So he asked me to forward his message to you.
Hey, sorry if I didn't seem genuine enough before, but I am actually sorry for my actions. None of this would have started if I didn't send the invite link to a server. I had no intentions of starting a damaging raid at first, but after some people decided to troll a bit, it went all downhill from there, and I encouraged it when I shouldn't have. I, and many others, should have told everybody to step back and stop when it got to that point, but we didn't, so I and the many others feel really bad now and are deeply sorry. We have learned from this stupid mistake of ours and will never disturb your server or any other server again. Many of the WAN members who didn't participate in this raid are also very disgusted of this, and I don't want you to fully blame 1L Pro for the actions of the minority of CTA and WAN members. I didn't write a reply to your message quickly because we were planning to do a group apology but didn't know how to execute it, so some of us apologized separately and I haven't said anything until now. I don't know how to make it up to you, but we all do. Here's a Nitro gift as my way of saying sorry. If there is anything else we can do, please tell us and we will try to make amends. Edit. Hey, I just saw your recent announcement on your server and can't help but point a few things out. Furyblade isn't a WAN member. He's a CTA member, but not part of the team. I didn't invite CTA to the server and had no reason to, as the original reason was to notify WAN that a Win trading member was trash-talking them. It was Vareg. It was a mess after the raid died down and all members were playing the blame game. But that doesn't matter, as what happened. Your server was raided and that's no excuse. Gilad wasn't the one who noticed the long server rules and wasn't the first to start the starring event. He was the first to spam ping though. I did apologize to you several hours ago and do not condone our actions, but sorry for it not being proper. And this is for you.
So, you thought you could circumvent my block, eh? Alright, let's play. His story contradicts the proof I received. Unless he can provide evidence, I'm not going to believe what he said.
He asked what part of his apology that contradicts the proof you received. So he can explain it.
Well, can he prove that he didn't send the invite links?
He did send the invite link. He admitted it.
I'm sorry, so you're saying that he didn't send the invite links, but he sent it? Whatever. Either way, I'm not accepting his apology. He can keep his Nitro gift, I don't care at this point.
Well, this is my personal request, but can you reconsider this? He sent the invite link without having bad intention like spamming those pings. The people that spam those pings just beyond his control and nothing else he can do to stop that. I'm sure if he knew these things would happen he wouldn't give the invite links. He admitted he did the wrong thing and want to apologize for all the damage he did. Everyone makes mistakes. Small mistakes, big mistakes, significant one or insignificant one. We are still human being that's not perfect. People learn from their mistake to become better person. I'm 100% sure he learned something from this mistakes. He regretted it and I'm sure he won't do the same mistake again in the future. Again, this is my personal request for you to reconsider this. I do this because I think it is always good to have good relationship amongst us.
No. He was encouraging a server raid regardless of intent. End of story.
Okay, thanks for your response and time.
And that was it. I had never accepted his nitro gift, and I rejected his apology. And that's the end of the story. But of course, every story has an epilogue, so what happened after all of this? Well, for one, the server is still in a chaotic mess. It has yet to be fully repaired from the damage done to it, and I'll be honest, I haven't had the time to fix it. Even though, as of you guys watching this video, it was 3 weeks since it happened. I had more important things to tend to, but I'm trying my best to minimize the server damage going forward. I am also trying to push out several Discord server updates, all of which have different teams and fixes, but like I said, real life stuff, they take priority. And as for the teams involved in the raid, well, I've made peace with 1L Pro. I think. I don't know what your opinion of me is now, but hopefully it's not one of hatred. And as for CTA, well, they're still banned from the server. I mean, one of their members is still in the server, but they haven't caused trouble, so I'm not going to take action against it yet. But that aside, there is one positive thing that came out of it. It did allow me to meet with a bunch of new people from other top teams, so I guess that is one positive that came out of this. And as for Discord, well,
Why was I banned from your server? I only sent one message and that did not ping anyone.
You were still involved in the raid. I don't care if it's just one message, a raid is a raid. You disturb our community, you pay the price. You won't be unbanned.
I merely joined because I was curious, since many others were joining. Their actions were certainly not justified, and I did not mean any harm. You don't need to unban me, IG, but I don't think I caused any harm, i.e., I did not disturb your community. I just want to clear my name.
Yeah, looking back, maybe I was a bit harsh, but I had to because I didn't know the full story back then, but it also caused me to ban a lot of innocent people who didn't realize what was truly going down, so I'll try to unban most of these people once I have time to update the server. So, why did I make this video? I wanted to show my side of the story, to show you guys the pain that I had to go throughout this entire ordeal. Now, keep in mind, I have a job too, so life isn't as easy as it was for me when I was still a kid. Now, YouTube is a hobby for me, Discord, also a hobby for me. I shouldn't have to be dealing with this nonsense, and honestly, neither should you. Yet, in the grand scheme of things, this is nothing.
They could be next. There's been panic buying after new COVID cases sparked rumours of a lockdown. That's a so-called kamikaze drone striking a residential area in Kiev on Monday.
The world is thrown into chaos. There are bigger things to worry about. World War III might even be on the horizon. But, you know what would be nice amongst all this chaos? A community who can love and support each other. Help each other out. Be kind to each other. Just like when I found a community I fit in during my escapist 2 days. And I hope to find an online community to be with today. And I hope you find yours too. I would love it if there was peace and love on the planet Earth. Is that too hard to ask for?
Is there anything that's worth more than peace and love on the planet Earth?
I always thought I might be bad. Now I'm sure that it's true, 'cause I think you're so good, and I'm nothing like you.